So we are here. So we're gonna be trading today with the supply zone and then an order block. So basically, we're going to identify the supply and then we're also going to identify the order block. So this is our market that is gold USD, HAU USD. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to trade using the supply zone and then the demand zone. So first, we want to identify the supply zone. Then from that we can do with our demand zone. So basically, the supply zone, how do you identify a supply zone? So basically, to identify a supply zone, we have to look for that point in market where big institutions have entered and have made like really huge candlesticks. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that. So basically here I can see a valid supply zone. There is a base at that, and then after the base we are seeing that there is that big move. So basically I'm going to just line up the whole of this, then that's going to play as our supply zone. So basically, the theory behind this is that every time the market reaches there, it's going to bounce out. When the market has been done supplying, it's going to go back to the demand. But then for this matter, it's going to get back to our order block. So what we are expecting. So let me only got this and you see that. So we are done with the supply. So for valid order block, we have to keep note of these following things that we look for the major lowest candlestick, and then for our case it is this candlestick here. It's this candlestick here. It's our major lowest candlestick. Then after finding that, what we want to do is we want to configure whether it is valid. So the wick of the previous candlestick to the lowest candlestick must at least touch here. It shouldn't cross. Okay, it should not at any time cross, because if it does, it's no longer valid. So basically, and another criteria we're going to follow is that it is supposed to have a gap. Supposed to have a gap, you see, like a fair value gap, but let's just call it a gap for case. So it's supposed to have that gap. So if it is missing that gap, so it falls to be a valid order block. So basically, if these criteria are made, we have an order block there. So we have an order block there. So what we do is we get our candlestick, then just want to air out all of this. So order block been marking, you marking the order block. So I can see that we have marked our order block here. We've marked our order block, and then so now we have to see how the market is going to play. So right now we're seeing that the market is on a bearish trend, so we want to see how it's going to do. So our anticipation is that the market has to go from here to here, exactly there, then hit the supply, then come back to the demand. It come back to the order block, sorry. So basically, let's see how that plays out. So you see that the market has hit the supply, and then if the market hits the supply zone, of course it's going to have that retracement back to the order block, and that's what we are looking for. But then if you fail to catch the market at this point, you can always wait for it to reach your order block, then you catch it from there. So for this case, we have already missed an entry. We've already missed an entry here. That is a very big candlestick. So we're not going to enter here. We're not going to enter. We're going to wait for the market to at least do a brief retracement. That is from here, come back to this order block. Then after coming back to the order block, we're going to wait for it to ricochet back. So basically something of this sort. Okay. So let's hope for the best. So see how that plays out. So it's still seeing the market is playing, it's playing. Exactly. So the market has hit our order block, and then you know what is up next. We're looking for a buy position, so that we're going long. We're going long for this matter. So we have to go for a long position. So long position here. So long position here. Place that. Take profit. Target is high. So this is a risk reward of about 2 to 1. So let's see how it's going to play out for us. Exactly as we expected it, and we are here, bro. We are here. So basically, what the market did is that it ricocheted exactly where we wanted it to, and then it has hit our supply zone. So there we go, and we have made that for today. So congratulations, y'all. So we've ended this video. Have a blessed fucking day.